Hiya, Law of Attraction, folks. Today we will be talking about something of a greater power within you that's about to be awoken. Can you hear it? It's radiating out of your body. Anyway, so today we'll be talking about a book that I've been keeping it uh, to myself. I have told the story before, but I guess today I should be able to review it to you. Um, Most people have experience of law of attraction in different ways, how they experience it in their own life and how it changed their life for the better. And so usually when people come into the law of attraction, it's when they're uh, in chaos and pain, and they looking for comfort. When we read these type of book, it make us feel good, but ultimately it's a failure rate for most people because they think it's a good idea, and again, and then they say, oh, you know, it's a great idea to want to attract great things in our life, but then most of the problem with this, the reason, I guarantee you 100%, the reason why most people don't get the results are because they want the easy way. Here's the thing. We as humans always look for shortcuts. I don't care what it is. We're trying to shortcut, um, trying to make improvement, so we look for ways to make it better, shortcuts. But sometimes shortcuts is not necessarily great, right? And sometimes people make a short-term decision that doesn't really pan out the way they think it is. That's why people think short-term instead of the future and thinking of vision for themselves. Because here's the thing: if you don't have a vision for yourself and you have nothing to pull you out of bed in the morning, or if you don't have nothing to push you to do something great, then I guarantee you will live a life of mediocrity, or I can't even say it right, or you will conform to the society rules and the way they think things. Because the way they think things, you do not want to uh, abide by, right? Society want you to do things. Your teachers and society, adults want you. They think it's correct, but some oftentimes they're wrong. Most of the time, 100% of the time, they're wrong. Some things they might be right, unless they're into personal development, unless they have the habit of studying successful people, or unless they're reading books to grow, then they don't have that type of knowledge. They will always never live up to their potential, like most of my peers. If they never get outside of their head and say, learning is great, continually learn and develop themselves, then they will never become great. I mean, people want to become great. People don't want to be mediocre. People don't want to live life just coasting by, but they say, I have no choice. This life, this is the way life is. So I have two books that one is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, and The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. But I probably will do a review or book review and a talk about that, because then we must be able to change your mind and to change the way you see the law of attraction. And yes, most people think that there's such thing as luck. I mean, the average person think about the people who are successful are lucky. Not necessarily so. I'm not lucky. I just operate from a level that I believe I utilize my mind to the degree that I get what I want, but it's not always easy because you have to persist. Because here's the thing that most people never tell you. In along the way of achieving your dreams or attracting the thing that you want, you will have face a challenge. We don't like to call it problem, we call it challenge. And no matter how much we read books, no matter how much we use knowledge, we're always going to have problems. So might as well deal with it, because we're living life and we're always going to have challenges, whether or not. Whether But in order to get out of your situation, what you're in right now, you have to apply different thinking to get different results. If you have the same thinking as you did last year or the other, you're probably having in the same situation as you before, unless you have new input into your life. I have attracted this in my life by using my intuition. I have told this story before, but I'm going to tell you again that Brian Tracy said when you're studying a subject, when you're interested intensely in a subject, your subject of that will expand and attract into your life. And that's what happened to me. I was studying the law of attraction. I was in my mind at that time. I was trying to seek the truth. What is true? What is the myth and the misconcept of life that people have? And I was reading, studying, and I wasn't really. I was applying, but I wasn't really applying to the degree that make me aware that life could be much more awesomer. And so I study and I read lots of books dealing with the mind, the psychic realm. One time I actually wanted to do remote viewing. I actually wanted to do lots of psych. I mean, there's psychic things happen to me. I mean, we have psychic ability within us. I mean, psyche is Greek for mind and soul, but we have. I noticed that every single thing that I read or look through with books. I don't care what it is. I noticed something very interesting. Most people think that witchcraft are evil, but if you actually read the books of witchcraft or Wicca, witchcraft and Wicca or witchcraft, and those, it's very interesting and odd. But no, it's not odd. I mean, it's odd how people, the average people who don't have the knowledge, they think it's weird and scary and it's up to Satan, right? And you would read like kung fu or like deep kung fu or martial artists, they harness energy, and it sounds like we're surrounded by things that were cultivated thousands of years ago by using and harnessing our energy to attract greater good. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to direct our mind and harnessing our energy. That's what most witchcraft people do, but except that its failure rate is very high because they don't believe in that. They say it's the same thing as they go into it. Say, yeah, it worked, but at time it doesn't work because they don't have enough belief in the mind. Because once you have a emotional belief in that, and then you have to be able to take the action. Now, just through I was running through this book and this book, both the book, and I was looking, and I haven't read this for a long time, and I want to do a review on it because in order to change someone's mind, I must be able to touch their heart. In order to change someone's mind, I have to relate to them. I struggled for a long time to be able to track the thing that I want, and I did vision board, I did everything, but I stopped doing vision board because it it wasn't for me. It's just all these tools that we use is just a tool for the mind to control to focus our mind on our goals. That's it, and then focus our energy. And releasing that energy, desire is the mechanism to release that energy to attract. We are abundance of energy. If uh, we have we are vibrating and there's noise. And so what I remember I was in the secondhand store book, and I bought already book a couple of books, and again I got out and walked into the bus stop. So I stood there and I uh, take out, I put my hand in the pocket and I take out, and I was like, I have a couple um change left, but I wanted to. I was thinking about saving it, but then I was like, I hear my intuition say buy one more book or go in there buy one more book. and I listen to my intuition. And as I go into the secondhand bookstore, I look at to the left, and bam, here's the book, and you could say I manifest this book, but it's a great book. Everybody read it in the law of attraction, except they have not fully applied that. Most people, you know what? First time I read this through, first time it's a thick book, right? First time I read it through, guess what happened? I forget because I want to read the whole thing, and we have this whole obsolete idea that we have to read the whole book to get the idea out of to get the golden nugget to get everything out of it. You're not gonna get everything out of it, and now you say, "Oh, yeah, you will." No, unless um just read a chapter and just read a chapter and get and then right there and there apply what the book say to do. So I'm gonna read you the basic law of prosperity. It said, truly, the laws that govern prosperity are just as sure and workable as the laws that govern mathematics, music, and physics and the other science. The Bible described that the basic law of prosperity, when it speaks of sowing and reaping, and giving and receiving, the scientists describe as action and reaction. By some, it has been termed the law of supply and demand. Emerson described as the law of compensation, thereby law like attracts like. He declared that the law of compensation is the laws of laws. Um, here we go. Each of us is a magnet, and as magnet, you do not have to force success and prosperity to yourself. Instead, you can develop that expectant, prosperous state of mind that is the magnet for all good things the humans have sought to you, rather than entertaining tense, critical, anxious, depressing, unforgiving, uh, passive state of mind that is magnet for all kinds of trouble and failure. So you have all the tangible and intangible equivalent, whatever you desire, dare to choose. Mental, entertain, and radiate. Stop thinking of things apart from or outside yourself. Stop thinking that people, things, circumstances, and condition have power to hurt or harm you. Start realizing that nothing can stand between you and that good you dare to choose mentally and radiate outward through your thoughts, feelings, words, and expectations. Outer stuff will come easily. Of course, I do not mean to imply through all these people experience that you simply entertain and radiate mental equivalent of the good desire and then do nothing more. Often you have to take definite external steps as well, but you will discover that by working out the mental concept of the desired good first, the outer step will then unfold easily, almost automatically at times, without strain effort on your part. The more you turn your mind in rich directions, the less you seem to have to exert undue human effort to produce results. Work you will, but it will be work as satisfying self-expression rather than work just to survive. Your rich mind power and radiation seem to have a way of going forth and producing right opportunities, events, and circumstances for prosperity and success. So you almost seem to walk into them without conscious effort. Release your pent-up states, substance. We're all filled with pent-up substance, energies, and divine ability which wishes to work for us, through us, and around us. Psychologists declare that the average person uses only about 10% of the mind power. Medical authority claim that the average person uses only about 25% of its physical power. Psychologists state that man can release more result getting power in 1 hour of concentrated use of his mind than 24 hours of physical work. Some psychologists even believe that man can release more results gaining power through 1 hour of concentrated thought than through a month of physical work. Surely there's a greater power within or and around each of us for use. You can use this pent-up substance, energy, and power within you for prosperous life through releasing deliberate thoughts, feelings, and mental picture of success, prosperity, and riches. As you do so, your rich thoughts, feelings, and mental pictures are radiate outward into the rich, powerful ether of this universe, where they make contact with the rich universal substance. This rich universal substance filled with divine intelligent, and that power that then move among and works through people, conditions, and opportunity to attract that which correspond with the rich radiations that you have sent forth, and prosperous results then appear. So, like I said, you have to, if you want to attract something, you have to replace it with an idea or a goal or a dream. And you must have a burning desire to achieve it. Because in order to achieve something and to accomplish it, you have to stick to it, a goal. For me, I have to stick to a dream, a vision that I have for myself, and that's to be able to move me in the direction of my dreams, to see my dream to become fruition. And you have to be able to change. If you want to attract different things, you must be able to focus your attention on different things, meaning you have to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And because our attention is limited, if we understand how to direct our mind and attention and intention and action, you would you will get the results that you want. You have to remember that your mind, your attention, and intention produce the results that your outer experience, um, outer experience that you will experience. And that if you don't take the necessary step to get that, you can do all those things and be in vain, and that's why most people fail, because they don't do the necessary step, they don't take the action. Regardless, if we visualize and we think about it and we listen to a positive message and it builds us up, it's great. And then we have to face our fear. We have to do what is necessary, create something of our vision, move towards it, even if it's just a little, even if we don't. Here's the thing, the reason why most people don't do their dream or do something of that nature is because they see the evidence that it's hard to do your dream, that it's impossible, and they put the word impossible in there. And I have that too. I have self-doubt. But if we have the mindset of it's possible and that we can create the life that we want through our imagination, through our thoughts, through our intention, and so the universe will respond to that vibration through, because the mind is the most powerful, most it's like when you have a thought, you send it out to the universe and it come back uh, by you believing in it, taking action. And I believe it to be that if you don't take action and you believe that all will come to you just because you say so, I know that people want effortlessly. It can, but usually when my experience of attracting things is usually I have to take the action, and usually I have to be trust in the process. Usually I have to be able to uh, I have to be like in the situation. Otherwise, if I don't take the situation, it wouldn't come, or a good thing doesn't like come to you if you don't take the action. And it helps to replace your thoughts. That's why they have the law of substitution. You have to replace your thoughts. Usually, if your life is not going the direction that you want it to do, you have to replace your thoughts with new thoughts, which create new outcome and new experiences, which um, create new attraction factor or manifestation. If you don't want to manifest the same thing, if you don't want to manifest what you already have, say what you already done, what you already have done, you will always have gotten, or what you have gotten, those sayings where what you've been doing for years, that's what you'll produce results. What you've been thinking for years in your past, and that's what you will uh, uh, create in the future. But if you have a vision, have something that uplift you or make you go out of bed at night. Out of in the morning. You create a vision, and then you create new experiences, new results. Like I have. I mean, I Great book was Dr. Joe Dispenza. I read in the I have made a video this morning. It's great. You should watch it. And so, have I attract the good I have desired? Yeah, I have. But I know that there's more to attract. See, here's the thing: most people who achieve and accomplish the goal, they become content with their accomplishment. There's or they if they accomplish it, they say, "Is that it?" And they start to die within themselves, like internal, not internal, but you know what I mean. But when you accomplish the goal, you have to set another new exciting goal for yourself, and you have to do it with um, you have to keep setting new goals for yourself. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll be unhappy. Life is about challenging yourself. Life is about whatever that means to you, or a journey, whatever that you want for yourself. Anyway, subscribe to my channel, like my video, because I'm here to solve your problem for the law of attraction. And if you've been having problem with the law of attraction or attracting what you want, I'm here to help you. And what give me the credibility? Because I have interviewed authors and expert in the law of attraction that have been doing big things in their life, and I have interviewed one of the author who's in this, the Hit Me with the Secret. It's really big deal for you guys to be able to not only study but apply it in your life. It's about time that you do it. And, I usually get older folks and they say it's impossible. Or they attract little things, but they don't believe in taking action. They believe in effortlessly because they want things easily come to them. My message is you got to work on yourself. If you want to become like really great at something, or you want to, usually people don't understand that usually the greatest people never take it easy. Most people come into this, they want easy things, but easy things does not make you great, right? I mean, think about it. We forget sometimes Michael Jordans or people who we look up to, Bob Proctor, or people who do like great things in their life. They have so much amount of failures. They have so much roadblocks and obstacles that they could have been stopping them. And most people let roadblocks, and they're only temporary, but they let them stop them from getting what they want. And usually, when they come into this, they forgot somehow. I don't know why that celebrities, like Will Smith or people, they didn't get great because they want it easy, right? They didn't get great because they want to freaking don't develop the skills and the knowledge. Man, Will Smith is great. Will Smith is great. I'm telling you. People who think like successful people just want easy things and want stuff easily come to them. Most people have this myth, man. Most people, man, I'm telling you, do not think this way. If you think this way, I'm telling you, you will never attract great things in your life. I'm telling you. I mean, yes, there are stories that people want it easy, and yes, there are that. But that's up to you to find who you are if you really want to develop the potential that you have. It's up to you to do. If you believe in the like successful will never actually develop the skills and knowledge, it's up to you to believe that. You believe that they don't know, they only use their mind power to attract, that's up to you to believe that. Unless you develop a new awareness that they know something that you don't know. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. I already said that. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.